ମୁଁ ରେକର୍ଡ କରୁଛି, ସେୟାର କରୁଛି। ଆମେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପ୍ରକାର ଟ୍ରେଣ୍ଡ ଡିସ୍କସ୍ କରୁଥିଲେ, ହ୍ୟୁମାନ ସାଇକୋଲୋଜି, ହ୍ୟୁମାନ ନେଚର, କ'ଣ କ'ଣ ସବୁ ଇମ୍ପାକ୍ଟ କରୁଛି ଇଣ୍ଡଷ୍ଟ୍ରିକୁ, ୱାର୍କ ଏନଭାୟରନମେଣ୍ଟକୁ। As a manager, what you should know, we discussed all this trend, what is impacting the industry, the management. We also came to know that these are the four things: attitude, perception, personality, learning. These are the things how these are impacting the business. This is business organization paper and management concept, and these topic are more or less psychology related, human psychology. So we'll understand. Today we'll discuss more on attitude and perception. We'll continue this discussion, how it is impacting the business. We started with this. What are the different component of attitude? There are broadly three component of attitude: cognitive component, emotional component, behavioral component. So what is cognitive component? Cognitive component is something जोटा कि तमे जानिच तमरो बिलीफ सिस्टम तमे आस्ते आस्ते लर्न कर जिमि तमे जानिला तो गोटे एग्जांपल दोथिले सिगरेट स्मोक करबा देह पई क्षतिकारक दिस इज यू लर्न तमरो निजे जानी गला तमे तमरो विश्वास देला योर बिलीफ सिस्टम इज दैट इज तमरो एटीट्यूड भी से आइगला तमे सिगरेट केबे भी पीबनी कारण तमे जानिछ जे सिगरेट खाइबाटा खराब दैट इज कॉग्निटिव एटीट्यूड emotional attitude is more or less regarding your feelings regarding your what you think but what is your emotion on that. Suppose you are saying I hate cigarette, that means you feel that cigarette or smoking is injurious to health. That is your feeling, that is your emotion. Behavioral component is what is your action. तमे कोटा को डिस्प्ले करछ तमे कोन रिएक्ट करछ केमिति रिएक्ट करछ तमे केबे भी सिगरेट पीबनी दैट इज योर एक्शन किंबा जने जदि तुम सांग किए सिगरेट पीउछि ताकटो दूरे की ठिया हबो दैट इज योर एक्शन. These are the different component, these are different behavior, these are the different action, emotions, attitude. तमे एथु जानिबो केमिति जानिबो माने ब्रॉडली एटीट्यूड माने कोन तमे गोटे लोक को देखुछ तमे मते शुणुछ एबे किंबा तमे सांग को देखुछ तमे कॉलेज को जाइछ तमे टीचर जने तम पढाउछन्ती तमे तांको ऊपर गोटे एटीट्यूड ड्रा करछ तमे तांको शुणुछ से केमितिगा ताको फर्स्ट टाइम शुणुछ कि बारंबार शुणुछ जदि बारंबार शुणुथिबो तमर अलगा एटीट्यूड हबो जदि फर्स्ट टाइम शुणुथिबो तमर अलगा एटीट्यूड हबो तेणु तुमे गोटे लोक ऊपर केमितिका इंप्रेशन ड्रा करछ दैट इज योर एटीट्यूड. तो एटीट्यूड रे जो कंपोनेंट अछि cognitive component, emotional feeling component, behavioral component, these are the different units, like how you know what person is expressing, what is the attitude, different component. Through this component you can understand. Once you are manager, you are supposed to know all these things. Then what are the types of attitude? ଜଣେ ଯଦି attitude draw କରୁଛି, attitude ମାନେ ଆମେ ଯୋଉ କୁହନ୍ତି ପଜିଟିଭ attitude, ନେଗେଟିଭ attitude, what is positive attitude, what is negative attitude? କିଛି ଲୋକ ଥାନ୍ତି ମାନେ ସବୁଥିରେ ଭୁଲ ବାହାର କରନ୍ତି, that is negative attitude। ସବୁଥିରେ କିଛି ନା କିଛି ଭୁଲ ବାହାର କରନ୍ତି, that is negative attitude। କିଛି ଲୋକ ଥାନ୍ତି ସବୁଗୁଡା ପଜିଟିଭଲି ଦେଖନ୍ତି। ଗୋଟେ ଅଫିସରେ ନୂଆ ଏମ୍ପ୍ଲୟି ଜଏନ୍ କଲେ ସେମାନେ ଅଫିସ ଫିସରେ ବହୁତ ଭଲ ଧାରଣା ଅଛି ତାଙ୍କର, ଭଲ କାମ କରିବେ, ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଜ ପଜିଟିଭ ଆଟିଟ୍ୟୁଡ। ସେମାନେ ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି ଯେ ଏଠି କାମ କଲେ ଆମର କ୍ୟାରିୟର ଭଲ ହବ, ଆମର ଅଫିସ ଭଲ ହବ, ତେଣୁ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଜ ପଜିଟିଭ ଆଟିଟ୍ୟୁଡ। ଏଭ୍ରିଥିଙ୍ଗ ଦେ look into positively. But there are different subsections, subdivided the positive attitude। କନଫିଡେନ୍ସ, ପଜିଟିଭ ଆଟିଟ୍ୟୁଡ ଲୋକମାନେ ବହୁତ କନଫିଡେଣ୍ଟ ହୁଅନ୍ତି, ମାନେ ଯେକୌଣସି ଜିନିଷ ହାତ ଦେବେ ସେମାନେ ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି ଏଟା ନିଶ୍ଚୟ କରିବେ। ସେମାନେ ଖୁସି ରହନ୍ତି, ହାପିନେସ୍, ସବୁବେଳେ ଖୁସି ରହନ୍ତି। ଦେ ଆର୍ ଭେରି ହାପି, ଦେ ଆର୍ ସିନସିୟର, ସିନସିୟରିଟି, ଡିଟରମିନେସନ। ସେ ଯୋଉଥିରେ ହାତ ଦେବେ ସେ ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି ଏଟା କମ୍ପ୍ଲିଟ କରିକି ଛାଡିବେ। ଦିଜ୍ ଆର୍ ପଜିଟିଭ ଆଟିଟ୍ୟୁଡ, ଭଲ ଗୁଣ ଯୋଉମାନଙ୍କର। ସେମାନେ ସବୁ କଥାରେ କନଫିଡେଣ୍ଟ ଥାନ୍ତି, ସେମାନେ ଚାହାନ୍ତି କାମଟା କରିବା ଲାଗି ଶୀଘ୍ର, ସେମାନେ ସବୁବେଳେ ଖୁସି ରହନ୍ତି, ଯେକୌଣସି ଜିନିଷରେ ମନକୁ ଦୁଃଖ କରନ୍ତିନି, ତାକୁ ହ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡେଲ କରନ୍ତି। ଅନେକ ଲୋକ ଦେଖିଥିବ ସବୁବେଳେ ଦୁଃଖୀ ଥିବେ, ଅନେକ ଲୋକ ସବୁବେଳେ ଖୁସି ଥିବେ। ସିନସିୟର, ଯେକୌଣସି କାମ ଦିଅ ସେମାନେ ସବୁ ଦାୟିତ୍ୱ ସମ୍ପନ୍ନ, ସେମାନେ ସବୁବେଳେ ସିନସିୟରିଟି ସହିତ କାମଟାକୁ ସାରିବେ। These are the quality of positive attitude। Determination, ସେମାନେ determined ଯାହା କରିବେ। ସପୋଜ ତମେ କୋର୍ସଟେ କରୁଛ, ଏବେ ଗୋଟେ ଏମକମ୍ କୋର୍ସ କରୁଛ, you are determined or not determined, you are doing casually or not casually, it depends on your attitude। କିଛି ଲୋକ ଥାନ୍ତି ତମେ ସିରିୟସଲି ପଢୁଛ, ପରୀକ୍ଷା ତ କେମିତି ପାସ୍ କରିବ ସେ ବିଷୟରେ ଚିନ୍ତା କରିବ। କିଛି ଲୋକ ଥାନ୍ତି ହଁ ଯାହାହେଲେ କାଜୁଆଲି ଗୋଟେ ଆଡମିସନ ତ ହେଇଗଲା, ବାସ୍। ତେଣୁ ଡିପେଣ୍ଡ କରୁଛି ତମର ଆଟିଚ୍ୟୁଡ କ'ଣ। ନେଗେଟିଭ ଆଟିଚ୍ୟୁଡ ସବୁବେଳେ ରାଗି, ଆଙ୍ଗର, ସବୁଥିରେ ରାଗ ରାଗ ହଉଥିବେ, ସବୁଥିରେ ତାଙ୍କର ଦ୍ୱନ୍ଦ୍ୱ ପାଞ୍ଚ, ଡାଉଟ୍, ଦେ ଆର୍ ଇନ୍ ଡିଲେମା ଅଲୱେଜ। ସବୁବେଳେ ଏଟା କରିବି କି ସେଟା କରିବି, ସବୁବେଳେ ଡାଉଟ୍ ଥିବ। ଫ୍ରଷ୍ଟ୍ରେସନ, ଫ୍ରଷ୍ଟ୍ରେସନ ମାନେ ସବୁବେଳେ ମାନେ ଡିପ୍ରେସନ ଯୋଉଟା, ସବୁବେଳେ ଦୁଃଖୀ, ସବୁବେଳେ ଭାବୁଥିବେ ମୋ ଭାଗ୍ୟ ଖରାପ, ମୋର କ'ଣ ହେଇଗଲା, ଖରାପ ହେଇଗଲା ସବୁ। ଯାହାହେଲେ ସବୁଥିରେ ତାଙ୍କର ଅନ୍ୟକୁ ଦୋଷ ଦେଉଥିବେ, ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଜ ନେଗେଟିଭ ଆଟିଚ୍ୟୁଡ। ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରାଲ ଆଟିଚ୍ୟୁଡ, କିଛି ଲୋକ ଥାନ୍ତି ସବୁଥିରେ ହଁ ହଁ, ଯୋଉ ଏପଟ ନାହିଁ ସେପଟ ନାହିଁ, ପଜିଟିଭ ନାହିଁ କି ନେଗେଟିଭ ନାହିଁ, ଯାହା କହିଲେ ସେଥିରେ ଖୁସି, ହଁ କିମ୍ବା ନା ନାହିଁ, ହଁ ନାହିଁ କି ନା ନାହିଁ, ସବୁଥିରେ ତାଙ୍କର ମୁଣ୍ଡ ତୁଙ୍ଗାରି ନେବେ, ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଜ ନ୍ୟୁଟ୍ରାଲ ଆଟିଚ୍ୟୁଡ। ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ଆଟିଚ୍ୟୁଡ ଇଜ ଟୁ ମଚ୍ ନେଗେଟିଭିଟି। ମାନେ ଯୋଉଟା ଏକ୍ସଟ୍ରିମ କେସ୍, ଯୋଉଟା କିଛି ଲୋକ ଦେଖନ୍ତି ଡିପ୍ରେସନରେ ତମେ ଦେଖିଥିବ ସୁଇସାଇଡ କରିଦିଅନ୍ତି, ମରିଯାଆନ୍ତି, ଆତ୍ମହତ୍ୟା କରନ୍ତି, ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଜ ଏକ୍ସଟ୍ରିମ କେସ୍। ସେକେଣ୍ଡ ଆଟିଚ୍ୟୁଡ, ଦେ ଆର୍ too much negativity, full of negativity। So there are four types of attitude: positive, negative, neutral, and second। And these are the component what you learn: cognitive component, emotional component, behavioral component। If you are manager, so all this behavior, all this attitude of a person is impacting your production, your team. It is impacting a lot। Suppose तमे जने किसी रिक्रुटमेंट कर कि तमर गोटे बिजनेस अच्छी तमें जन मालिक तमें जने को इंटरव्यू नौ प्रथम तुम देख पिलाटर आटीट्यूड केमी पिलाटा केमी तेणु आटीट्यूडटा बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट इन टर्म्स ऑफ देयर वर्क सो एटीट्यूडटा इम्पैक्ट करछि हमर प्रोडक्शन को प्रॉफिट को कंपनी को टीम को सबुथिरे जदि गोटे खराब पिला अछि से 10टा पिला खराब कर दो तेणु इफ यू आर you should know all this behavior all this human psychology human you should read all these human qualities within a person. What are the different types of attitude? What are the different component of attitude? So you should know all these things. The same thing is given in the next slide. Read it. Cognitive attitude. The cognitive component of attitude refers to the belief system. Belief, thoughts, and attributes that we should associate with an object. It is the opinion or belief segment of an attitude. It refers to that part of the attitude that is related to the general knowledge of a person. So that means your belief system, what is your belief system? You believe cognitive attitude is learned. तो जहाँ तमे देखुच तमे जानुच तमे केमे जानलो जे सत्य कहयाटा भलो केबे भी मिछ कहबनी बिकॉज यू आर लर्निंग दैट कौन सी काम करवानी समस्त को भलो बिहेव करबो केमे जानलो यू आर लर्निंग दैट द कॉग्निटिव कंपोनेंट इज समथिंग व्हिच इज learned in the life cycle. Affective attitude is emotional, which is emotion which is related to your emotion feelings. The affective component is the emotional or feeling segment of an attitude. It is related to the statement which affect another person. तुम गोटे स्टेटमेंट देल जमी मुझे तुमको एग्जांपल दूसरी आई हेट सिगरेट दैट इज योर फीलिंग दैट इज योर इमोशंस it is related to the statement which affect another person. That means you from your learning, from your experience, you learn something, you are giving that statement, that emotion, that is affective attitude, and this is affecting others. Behavioral attitude is something which you are showing the action. The behavior component of an attitude consists of a person's tendency to behave in a particular way towards an object. It refers to that part of attitude that reflects the intention of a person in a short run or a long run. That means what you are behaving, the behavior component, what you are behaving. Suppose what action you are showing, suppose you don't like. The same example, you are standing far from the person who are smoking because you don't like smoking, you don't like cigarette. So your action is you are standing, you are not smoking and you are avoiding the people who are smoking. These are the different component. Type we know, like you can relate to your general day-to-day life cycle, positive attitude, negative attitude, balanced attitude, what is neutral. So people who are not positive, not, even not negative. So they are balancing both of the things. These are balanced attitude. Neutral attitude. Neutral attitude.
हेलो हेलो
हाँ जी
बोल रहे आउटरी रिपीट बुझिपारे नहीं
କୋଉଟା କହିଲେ?
cognitive attitude
ଆଚ୍ଛା।
cognitive or behavior attitude.
ହଁ, କଗ୍ନିଟିଭ ଆଟିଚ୍ୟୁଡ ହଉଛି ତମର ଯୋଉଟା ତମେ ମାନେ ତମର ଲାଇଫରେ ତମ ଜୀବନରେ ଯୋଉଟା ତମେ ଶିଖୁଛ, ଯୋଉଟା ତମେ ଆସ୍ତେ ଆସ୍ତେ ତମେ ଜାଣି ଯାଉଛ, which is and you believe that, ତମର ବିଶ୍ୱାସ ହେଇଯାଉଛି in your belief system you have। ତମେ କେମିତି ଜାଣିଲ ଯେ smoking is injurious because you learned that, that is your belief system is that slowly you are learning, that is cognitive। cognitive ମାନେ କ'ଣ? thought, ଚିନ୍ତା, ତମ ମୁଣ୍ଡ ତମ ବ୍ରେନରେ ତମେ କୋଉଟା ପ୍ରାକ୍ଟିସ କରୁଛ, ତମେ ଯୋଉଟା ଜାଣିଛ ଶିଖୁଛ, ତମେ ନିଜକୁ ନିଜେ ଟ୍ରେନ୍ କରୁଛ, that is cognitive। cognitive ମାନେ ହଉଛି ଭାବିବା, ଚିନ୍ତା, thinking, that is your belief system। in your belief system you are certain things you are learning, that is cognitive attitude। ଯେଉଁ ଜିନିଷଟା ତମେ ନିଜେ ନିଜେ ଶିଖି ଯାଉଛ, ଦେଖିକି ଜାଣୁଛ, କିମ୍ବା ତମର ଏନଭାରମେଣ୍ଟରୁ, କିମ୍ବା ତମର ଫ୍ୟାମିଲିରୁ, କିମ୍ବା ତମ ସ୍କୁଲରୁ, ଯାହା ତମେ ଆସ୍ତେ ଆସ୍ତେ ଶିଖି ଯାଉଛ, ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଜ୍ କଗ୍ନିଟିଭ୍ ଆଟିଚ୍ୟୁଡ୍। ଇମୋସନାଲ ଆଟିଚ୍ୟୁଡ୍ ହଉଛି ତମେ ଯୋଉଟାକୁ ନିଜର ଇମୋସନ, ତମେ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ଖାଉଛ ବହୁତ ଖରାପ ହେଇଛି, ତମେ ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ମୁଁ ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ ଦଉଛି, କଗ୍ନିଟିଭ୍ ଆଟିଚ୍ୟୁଡ୍ ତମେ ତମେ ବହୁତ ଥର ଶୁଣିଛ ଯେ ପାନିପୁରୀ ଖାଇବାଟା ବହୁତ ଭଲ ଟେଷ୍ଟି। କାହିଁକି? ତମେ ତମ ସାଙ୍ଗମାନେ କହିଛନ୍ତି, ତମ ଘରେ କହିଛନ୍ତି, ତମ ଭାଇ ଭଉଣୀ କହିଛନ୍ତି, ସମସ୍ତେ କହିଛନ୍ତି ପାନିପୁରୀ ଖାଇଲାଟା ବହୁତ ଭଲ ଲାଗେ, ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଇଜ योर କଗ୍ନିଟିଭ୍ ଆଟିଚ୍ୟୁଡ୍। କିନ୍ତୁ ତମେ ନିଜେ ଥର ଖାଇଲ, ଗଲ ପାନିପୁରୀ ଖାଇଲ, and you are showing some emotion, some feelings, it is really tasty, so that attitude is your effectiveness, emotional attitude, because you are eating personally, you like that taste। And behavioral, what is behavioral? Suppose you are doing some action, you know that what they are using, the content of uh, that material is not good, suppose the not hygienic, suppose ତମେ କ'ଣ କରୁଛ, ତମର ବିହେଭିୟରରେ କିଛି ଏକ୍ସପ୍ରେସ କରୁଛ ଯେ ଆଇ ଡୋଣ୍ଟ ଲାଇକ୍ ଦିସ୍ ଟୁ ଇଟ୍, that is behavioral attitude। so what action you are showing? जो ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲଟା ଦଉଥିଲି ତମକୁ, ତମେ ଯଦି ତମ ସାଙ୍ଗ କିଏ, କ୍ଲୋଜ ସାଙ୍ଗ କିଏ ତମର ସ୍ମୋକ କରୁଛି, ତମେ ସେଠୁ ଦୂରେଇକି ଠିଆ ହଉଛ, and that is your action, what you are showing, that is a type of attitude you are showing in your action। ତମେ ସେଦିନ ଖାଇଲା ପରେ ପାଣିପୁରୀ ଆଉ ଖାଇବନି, କାହିଁକି ନା ତମେ ଭାବୁଛ ଯେ ଏଇ ଯୋଉ ଜିନିଷ ଗୁଡା ସେ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ଯେମିତି ତିଆରି କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ଯୋଉ ୱାଟରରେ ତିଆରି କରୁଛନ୍ତି, that is not hygienic। ତମେ କାହିଁକି ଖାଉନ? because you learned that, you came to know after eating, you seeing that process। so there are three things in the same example, one is cognitive, what you learned, what you listen from your society, from your family members, from your friends, that is cognitive attitude। and what is your feeling, what is your emotions, what you are showing after eating, after trying that, that is emotional or effectiveness attitude। and what action you are showing, what you are following, that is behavioral attitude। These are the three different types of component, you can say। so you can in human behavior you can see all this component, all this attitude। ଏବେ ବୁଝିପାରିଲ?
ସେ behavioral evolution behavioral
Behavioral. Behavioral is
ଆଜ୍ଞା
more or less related to action. What you behave. So as the name goes, behavioral means ତମକୁ ମୁଁ ଦେଖିକି ତମେ ମତେ ଶୁଣୁଛ। ତମେ ଗୋଟେ କିଛି ଗୋଟେ ଆଟିଚ୍ୟୁଡ ଡ୍ର କରୁଛ, ତମେ ଜାଣୁଛ କେମିତି ତମେ ଟିଚରଙ୍କୁ ଶୁଣୁଛ। ତମେ ଫାଷ୍ଟ ଟାଇମ ଶୁଣୁଛ କି ବାରମ୍ବାର ଶୁଣୁଛ, କିମ୍ବା ସ୍ଲୋ ସ୍ପିକର କି ଫାଷ୍ଟ ସ୍ପିକର, ତମେ କେମିତି କଣ ଜାଣୁଛ? Because of from his behavior. Take example of your teacher or any leader. If you are listening to a leader, so you are learning something from the behavior of that leader. So that is behavior. This component is mostly related to the display or the behavior of that person, what the person is displaying, or what you are learning after seeing that person, all the action from that person. So what example I was giving, that you are showing, you are for us smoking, what example I was giving for eating pani puri or smoking. So all this behavior you are learning from your experience. Suppose you read a lot. There are different types of reader. Okay. Suppose some people like adventurous, some people like fantasy, some people like natural. Suppose you don't like adventurous, you don't like fantasy, you don't like dream. So you read only the natural stories or natural. So that is your behavior. That I know. How I know? Because you you like such books, you have that books in yourself. So from your action, from your behavior, I know something, and that is your attitude. So behavioral attitude is something which is coming from the behavior, coming from your action, from your output, what you are doing, that is your behavior. Got it? ଯୋଉଟା ତମେ behave କରୁଛ, that is behavioral attitude. The behavior component of an attitude consists of a person's tendency to behave in a particular way towards an object. ଯେକୌଣସି ଅବଜେକ୍ଟ ହଉ, ଯେକୌଣସି ତମର ଆକ୍ସନ ହଉ, ଯେକୌଣସି କ୍ରିୟା ହଉ, ତମେ କଣଟା ବିହେଭ କରୁଛ ସେଟାକୁ ଦେଖିକି, that is behavioral attitude. ଯେମିତି ତମକୁ ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ ଦଉଥିଲି, ତମେ କଣଟା ପଢୁଛ, କଣ ଲାଇକ୍ କରୁଛ, because you behave in one thing, so that will be your attitude. It could be reading, it could be taste, it could be your driving style. So whatever coming from the behavior, what you learn, what you display, that is behavioral attitude. we have another related concept, the perception. We'll read the perception, then we'll continue that learning part and other part. But attitude and perception both are related in human psychology. We'll complete that. We'll take a quick break, 5 minutes, then we'll join the same link. Then we'll continue this. We'll understand the different types of different components. The same way, what we learned from attitude, we'll understand the different component of perception and different types of perception. What exactly perception? We'll discuss that and we'll join in 5 minutes in the same link.